think we are live. Yes, we are. Jenny Lyon here. It's just 1 minute to 10. I'm very excited to do this masterclass in Talia's group. So let me just check that is anyone coming online? Hi Talia. Okay, I'm just checking in to see if anyone is, if they're coming online basically. So thank you very much for taking the time out to watch this, because I think you're really going to love it. I'm Jenny Lyon. I'm an energy coach. I'm an expert, if you like, in energy. I have been in this space of transformation for the past 20 years, and I do some advanced energy work with my clients. Not just on their mindset, but on their whole energy system to upgrade their results. And I'm going to explain more what that means and how you can actually upgrade your results by upgrading your energy, right? So it's a very apt time to be talking about this because of what's going on in the world. And people like myself and coaches, I suppose, in general, anyone who is here to help other people transform their lives is going to be very, very needed. Leaders and influencers like myself, we need to take the lead and show that not just everything is going to be okay, but also some practical steps and some mindset steps, some energy steps to get through challenging times. Okay, so for that reason, if you're in this space and you're here to help other people to change, then you're in a very good space, I believe. Also, what I feel just intuitively, because it feels like I'm connected to the collective, because I'm an empath, is that if you like, the universe is asking us as humans to turn inside. Okay, we need to turn inside to find the truth. Okay, what is the truth for us? Doesn't mean that we're not guided from the outside. Of course, we need accountability, we need good trusted friends, good circles that we move within. But at the same time, the universe is truly, thank you Talia, lovely to see you too, asking us to go deep inside. So there's never ever been a better time to start your spiritual practice. And in fact, people that reject spiritual practice are the ones that really are going to lose out, because this is the time to start really realizing how powerful we are as energy beings, as multidimensional beings, because we are not just the flesh and the brain that we are, looked to be. There is so much more to us. And the sooner we realize this, and the sooner we open ourselves to understand that there is a multidimensional, faceted aspect of us, we will break through our barriers. We will start living our fullest potential. We will start downloading information from the higher intelligence. We are like antennas, right? And for that reason, if you're a business owner and if you are here to, to not just have a successful business, but have a business that's going to help others, the more that you empower yourself and the more that you align with your spiritual self, the more powerful your business will be. And I'm not joking. I can see this and I feel this, and people that don't buy into that will fall behind. So this is a great time. So today I'm going to I'm going to do you a masterclass. So I will teach you some things, and I will also give you an energy clearing that you can use for free. I will drop everything in the comments. I will also give you a daily practice that you can use to, you know, start getting into the spiritual practice that is also manageable time wise, because I'm a working mum. I don't have 3 hours to meditate a day. So it needs to be practical for people that are working parents. So I'm going to give you that. Also, I am going to give you a really good recommendations to raise the vibration of your home. So if you're working from home, obviously it's important that it keeps in a good high vibration, but I'm going to give you that as well. You can do it a trial. It's called a Focus Life Force Energy, and I've had that on my home for the last 4 years. I actually subscribe to it, but it's a quantum field frequency that helps your home or the property that you're in to have a high vibration. So actually it makes you feel good as well, and it's really good. We haven't had any, like, touch wood, colds, flus, or anything, illnesses for like the last, I don't know, few years. So it's very good. So for that reason, stay for the whole thing. And in the end, I'm also going to do a meditation with you guys. Okay. So say hi if you're watching, guys. Yeah, and if you're liking this, please give us a little love and a little emoji. So first of all, we're going to do the training. You can use pen and paper if you want, because you may feel that's, you know, obviously easier to understand if you write it down. You can probably also watch the replay, so it's up to you. So the three things I really want to talk about, and I'm not going to be so business strategic today, because that's Talia's expertise. She's a strategist. I'm the energy specialist. So I'm going to talk about 3 categories, which is clearing your energy. And when I say your energy, is like the mind, your actual physical body, your energy field, your electromagnetic field, and the environment around you, which is what I just said about the Focus Life Force energy that could help your environment. So to have a clear space will help you connect in a better way. So the second part I'm going to talk about is connecting. And when I say connecting, I mean connecting to the higher intelligence. So women are very intuitive, so we can download quite easily, and men as well. But if you're not familiar with this, I'm sure that you've had times when ideas have come to you, and there's been times when you've been like, oh, I feel so inspired to do this, or something else has happened. Intuitively, you've just felt this is right, you know, feels good. These downloads, you need to pay attention to these and act on these. It's called inspired action. So connecting to your higher intelligence, connecting to your heart space, this is what we're going to do as well. And then the third category is like to create. So when we feel clear, when we feel really grounded, when we feel positive and buoyant, we can then connect in a really good way to the higher intelligence. We can start downloading, and we can then start creating the masterpiece that we've come here to do. So if you're ever stuck for content, if you follow these steps, you can actually then connect to your higher intelligence and get the content, what it is you want to put out there in your business, because you have all the content inside of you. You know your expertise, but to actually put it together, your soul or your higher intelligence will help you do this. It's not a mind. It's not a mind process. Well, it can be. But what the soul gives you, or the higher intelligence gives you, is a much more aligned and successful way. And you will also probably make more money doing it that way, because the soul is guiding you. So it's not coming out of the mind. Okay, so we need the mind to make things happen and put things in place and be strategic, of course. But the actual download comes from the soul. So first of all, I would like you to tell me if you feel and believe that there is, you are affected by energy around you, and if your performance is affected by your internal energy. So basically, if you're externally and internally affected, do you believe it's, you know, affecting your performance in your business? See if anyone says if they think that. I would say yes, it affects your performance. So first of all, if we talk about the mind, I would like to say this. Your internal energy, so your mind and your heart, is sending out frequency, right? Your thought process and your heart frequency is sending out a specific frequency. And if this frequency is worry, yeah, thank you, Talia. If this frequency of the mind, for example, is worry, and especially now in these difficult times, it's worry, it's fear, like overthinking, not switching off enough, those things, that creates a specific frequency. And because frequency likes similar frequency, it's like law of attraction, you are very likely to attract more of the fear or more of the low frequency. So it's really important to have a good mindset and being able to, you know, say to yourself that I'm not going to feed into the fear. I'm going to relax more. I'm going to meditate more. I'm going to put my morning routine in place. For those who don't have a morning routine, I would absolutely say you must have one. You can ask me for mine. It's free. You know, I'll give it to you for free. But the mind in itself needs to be decluttered and develop a good growth mindset. Because in the end of the day, we have neural pathways in our head or in our brain that are running on a circuit. Okay, so when we have negative self-talk and when we have negative just internal stuff going on, it's like a default loop. So the more we basically tell ourselves, I have a default loop in my mind that likes to run on this circuit, and I'm going to change it. You take charge of your mental activity, basically. Then what happens is that as soon as you start taking charge of your mental activity and create new train of thoughts, new processes, you're basically deprogramming or reprogramming, if you like, your neural pathways. The reason from a scientific point of view that the brain uses the path it knows is because humans are a survival species, and a survival species will never go to the most difficult loop. It will always go to the most easy route to navigate, although that might not be for our best interest of growth, spiritual growth, and of personal growth. It will be the most sensible route for physical and like breathing survival, right? So it's a biological thing. So if you think of the cavemen, or that time of when humans had to choose the most logical, rational route to live, then that's how biologically how we are constructed. So to tell ourselves, yes, I am biological constructed this way because this is a biological science, it's been proved by science that we do not choose the challenging path, right, naturally. So I've got to just take charge of that and say, I am going to do this. I'm aware of this, and I'm going to change my thought patterns. So then the more you do it, the neural pathways the thoughts are choosing a new path, and the more you do it, it becomes normal, right? So touch wood. I have practiced this for so many years that I no longer get it. If I have it, I can switch it like this within a nanosecond. And that's not because I'm better than anyone else. It's because I've practiced it for so long that my brain just go, oh yeah, of course, that was just nonsense. I need to go into the growth, possibility, expansive mindset of how things are going to pan out. And I have moments, obviously, if you're not very well as well, then you feel like your mindset also drops. But usually, if I'm well, I have no problem with this because I'm practicing. So I would really recommend you to practice a growth mindset. And there's loads of books on it. And I mean, you know, you can watch Tony Robbins or something. You can watch somebody who's, you know, a growth mindset coach that will really help you with this. I mean, there's millions out there doing this way. So that's really important, to clear your mind in this way. So that's why I'm so hot on the spiritual and the energy as well as the mindset, because you kind of need both. Because if you just sit and meditate and clear your energy and then your growth mindset is poor, then you're still not going to have good results. So it's really important to do both. Now, so that's like the mind. Now, the energy of your, let's say your physical energy, really. So from a physical point of view, so I'm a therapist as well, and I learned massage in 2000. I knew anatomy and physiology. I do nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist, but I have studied nutrition as well. So from a physical point of view, your vibration of the food, the things that you take into your body, the chemicals, if you have processed food and things like that, it's got a low frequency. So it basically affects your ability to also connect to higher intelligence, but also it makes you feel tired. You know, it's not going to make you feel so good. And when your physical vessel is like down, then it's harder to keep a growth mindset because you feel a bit sort of down. So the healthy food, whatever that is, I never advise on exactly what to do. You know, I do some detoxes and things myself, and I follow, you know, healthy eating, organic, plenty of water. But I would suggest that you really check in sugars, gluten, wheat, all those things, because they really affect your performance. Absolutely. And it's like, us as online entrepreneur, we need all powers, all cylinders running, because it's not like going to a job and, you know, do a little part-time job. We need to empower ourselves have all corners covered, because we just do. We need to know everything about mindset. We need to be self-driven. We need to be self-motivated. We need to be really strong in this way. We need to be disciplined. We need to know marketing. We need to have a growth, like learning need. You know, there's so much that we have to apply ourselves to succeed. And I'm not joking. That is absolutely the truth. So to be an online entrepreneur, I will take my hat off to all the women and men out there doing this, because it requires us to be on top of our game, absolutely, in every single way. So when I come, so with the physical energy, okay, so we're not perfect, right? But if we can just bring our attention to the food that we eat, the intervals between food, high nutritional value, obviously exercise, gentle exercise. I'm not keen on really hard exercise. I like walking and swimming, but if you're into exercise, you know, obviously you know that it's important to move your body. I know these are very simple things, but it's almost like if we forget about that, then it's going to be so much harder to succeed, because it's just your energy drops. So I'm really hot on that. The environment, so what I wanted to say with environment, I'm going to put it in here actually. It's called the Focused Life Force Energy. I'll do it in a minute actually, because I don't want to interrupt the flow. There's many things you can do with your environment, but I would say the one that I use is the Focused Life Force Energy, which is a quantum field frequency that raises the vibration of your property, which will give more clarity. It also is really good to keep you healthy, because the frequency is high. because as we know, illness and symptoms of, you know, anything, the disease has got very low frequency, and is also connected with fear and all the other things. So it's very important to keep high. So from an environmental point of view, even have like, look, this is something I use, but this is kind of an octagon for absorbing Wi-Fi. So I have lots of this, graphite thing. I also have another little device that I use for decreasing the Wi-Fi, because it's, you know, we are affected by the electromagnetic fields around us and mobile masts, etc. Not so much we can do, but from that point of view, it's important to have a clear environment. I would also say I do something called earth healing, which means that I clear the geopathic stress and the ley lines in the ground of homes. Obviously, I've done it in my home. It really does make the space really much cleaner and lifts, like really lifts. It feels like a really clean, harmonious space when the earth healing has been done. There is lots of science around this, that where there is geopathic stress and where there is broken ley lines and where there is toxic streams, etc., in the ground, it can really affect human health. So from that perspective, I'm really keen on this. If you want to know more, you can talk to me about this if you feel that that's, you know, really interesting. So that's like the environment side of things that I think is very important to pay attention to. And actually, in fact, this focused life force energy that I use is something also you can pay one forward. So it means you have one free, and it needs to go to a public building. So I send it to my children's school. So the children's school has a high frequency of love radiating into the whole school permanently. And it's a very, very good school. But my children are very, very happy there. So if you're interested in this thing, you know, you can actually pay one forward as well, without paying for it. So so for a collective, you know, wanting the collective to, you know, I want well for the whole of the world, and if I can help in any way, that's, you know, that's how I operate. So that's really important. So that's kind of the clear bit. So to keep clear is really important. You may feel overwhelmed because you think, oh my God, where do I start? But just do one thing at a time, what feels most. If you feel like your health is the one that's most important, just take some good steps towards better health. You know, take action to make your health feel better. If you feel that your house, you're thinking, there is something like feels heavy in my house, then obviously the earth healing and those things are really important, and the focus life or energy would be really helpful. So just follow your feelings and your intuition, your gut around what needs kind of adjusting. The other thing I want to say as well, kids respond really well to this. So if you are working mother or an mother entrepreneur, mumpreneur, then you obviously know that your children's well-being is your well-being. So it's very important to do these things. Now, the second part I want to talk to you about was the connect bit, which I'm going to do a connection meditation after we're finished, which you probably will like. So when I say connect, it's almost like if you can just accept the fact that we are spiritual beings having a human experience where, you know, our connection to our higher intelligence goes through our crown chakra, and it's like, you know, we're connected in this way. Our heart energy is actually our portal to ascension, if you like, because the heart is actually does the transmuting. The love in the heart transmutes everything. You can heal anything with love. So these two centers of you is very important as a, you know, business owner. So with that, what do I want to say? Yeah. So to connect to this daily, okay, so what do I do? So I do a daily meditation. I usually have a morning routine where I follow a short process, which is about 15 minutes. So I just clear my energy. I connect. I just do a meditation. I connect to my higher intelligence. and just open myself up to be guided that day. Sorry about that. Hang on 1 minute. There we go. Yeah, and this happens quite easily for me anyway, because I do it every day, but that's very important to me. So to connect to that is, for me anyway, this is how I run my business. So if I'm not sure about something, I basically sit down, I ground myself, I close my eyes, I clear myself with my energy clearings, which I'll share later. I get my journal out and I start writing, like after a few minutes when I've just connected. And whatever comes out of me is what is going to be the solution. So I asked the question, what is the best solution now to reach this one goal? So I set the goals like any business coach or like any business person. I'll set the goals, but then I ask for the guidance. What is my best, easiest, fastest route to achieve this goal? And then I write it down. And if you haven't done this yet, and you think, oh my God, I don't know how to do that, just do it. Just try it. Sit there and wait. And if nothing comes, you just close your eyes and you just wait. And I can reassure you that it will come. You will get information that is telling you what to do. And you may even do this without knowing, actually. You may even get stuff and you go, oh, I'm going to do that. So you are already guided, like, but if you pay more attention to it, it gets stronger. So you may already feel guided, but you can make it stronger. So that's the connect thing. And then the heart energy, I mean, if you didn't know, if anyone knows Maya Angelou and Deepak Chopra and other spiritual leaders in the world, they did the Power of the Heart was a film which is really, really, really good. And if you haven't watched it, I suggest that you watch it. It's called The Power of the Heart, and it's a scientific / spiritual video or film about the power of the heart and how the heart intelligence gets information before your brain does. So it registers events and things before your brain, and it's like scientifically proved. So it will be things like if you see somebody walking the road and they're about to get hit by the car, the heart, they've proven that the heart picks up the event before the brain. So basically your heart intelligence is super important. And the more you work with your heart energy and basically do heart meditations and things like that, which I also will share here. I will share so many freebies. You're going to love it. It expands this space and you expand that intelligence. And guess what? When you expand that intelligence, you're getting led and you come to your goal a lot quicker than you would if you just engage your brain. So who would like that? I think everyone in the world would say, yes, I'd like that. So very important. If you have any questions, actually, let me know as you go. Let me just see what, there might be some comments I want to see. Okay, so Debbie says she's going to pop back later. Oh, she's loving it. Okay, good. Lovely. Okay, so let's carry on with the create bit. So I kind of touched on that really anyway. So from a collective point of view at the moment, okay, so let's just have a little conversation about what's going on collectively. As you know, the virus is spreading all over the world and is creating a lot of fear in people. I'm not going to go into this topic so much because I think it's quite controversial and I'm not going to go, talk about it in this way. But from a collective level, the world is waking up, meaning that we don't really believe what we're getting fed anymore. Who in here believes everything they see in the news? Okay, if you do, fine. If you don't, then you're on a good one. So people are waking up. They're actually turning inside more and thinking, this doesn't feel right. This feels like a load of BS, basically a load of bullshit. And it's true. There is a lot of it. And we, from an awakening point of view, if you like, humans are coming into more of connecting to their higher intelligence. So higher intelligence connecting to the heart space. What feels true? What doesn't feel true? We are not so, we start questioning things in a much better way. People are meditating, expanding spiritually all over the world in a much higher rate than ever before. So it means that the whole world is going through a vibrational shift, which means that anything that is fear, anything that is grief, anything that is low frequency, anything that is controlled, anything that is controlled by power and money, all that is going to disintegrate. It's going to actually, we're all going to raise in frequency and go, I am powerful. I can break my barriers. I can live my fullest potential. I am sovereign. I am no one's, I'm not being led by anyone. I'm going to be led by my own light, and I'm going to follow my own guidance. And I have the universe within me, basically. I have God within me. If you want to call it God, universe, whatever you want to call it. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. So, forgive me if you can use whatever word you want to use, higher intelligence, right? And that is actually what is happening. So the need for spiritual practice and connecting to this inherent essence of who we are is more important than ever, because you will be ahead. And the people that don't and dismiss it, they will fall behind, because it's happening. It's happening. So with that in mind, you may feel as well that through this pandemic that's happening, that you feel even more called to actually help and step up. And that is your true human nature, as being in service, contributing to the greater good, to the oneness of who we are. No competition, no separation, no friction. We're all one. That feeling of wanting to help, is anyone here who wants to help? Like anyone who actually feels like, oh, I want to contribute, that is your soul, your human essence saying, yes, I'm in, I want to do this, I am going to help. And that's just your soul power coming through. And absolutely follow it. Absolutely follow it, because if it feels like, oh, I need to do this, I feel so inspired, I want to help, I want to do this, like think about how you're going to do it. Maybe a little bit structured how it's going to work, but if it's got to do with your business, put it out there, like imperfect action. Do not hold back, because if you hold back, you're kind of missing that expansion of that energy of what is actually really going to go like this. And if you hold back and you overthink it, then you kind of miss that cycle. It will come again, something else will come up, another idea, you'll get another idea, or something else will come that you will go, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. But so when you're getting these waves of inspiration, waves of wanting help, waves of wanting to do it, just do it. Just do it, because that is spirit saying to you, go this way. So I'm going to do a little graph here. Go this way, follow this way. Now this is what happens. I'm going to show you this. Look, sorry, I'm just going to so I'm just going to do this graph. Okay, so if you look at this, if you look at this as the flow of spirit, the inspiration that I just said to you, it comes in waves. Oh, we're going to do this now. So you think, I'm going to go down there. Now I'm going to go up here. Oh, I'm going to follow this. And guess what? It's really easy, because it feels fun, it feels light, and it feels like exciting, right? But then if the mind comes in, so this is the mind line, it goes, oh, no, you mustn't do that. That doesn't sound strategic enough. This is not what I was taught in business school. Or goes, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to make enough money, or whatever. I'm going to stay here because I'm in this course and I'm being told by my mentor to do exactly this. And then I need to go here. So this path here is hard because it just feels heavy. It feels like, oh God, you know, I wish I would have just followed this. And actually, you will get results with this kind of follow the mind thing, but it will be much harder. And it's more like it's all by me. I have to graft, I have to work hard, I have to finish all these things, I have to do 12-hour days, all that nonsense. You follow this and you end up working 4 or 5 hours a day. It's fun. You have more of an expansive energy around what you're doing. And guess what? You'll get more clients. You'll get more, traction. Your energy attracts this. And then the mind will come in. Oh, no, you mustn't do that. That's where your mindset comes back in, right? Where you say, stop this now. You've got to follow the inspiration, right? Sounds very easy, doesn't it? And before you get used to doing it this way, it can feel a little bit scary because you're thinking, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. What if no one's going to like it? What if no one's going to, follow it? What if this? What if that? Just do it. I would say just do it. And the more you do and follow that flow of spirit that you'll get given because you have cleared and connected. Yeah, that's the critical steps. We need to clear and we need to connect so that we get into that space of following spirit. Then it will be easier. If you forget to clear and forget to connect, the mind will 100% try to take over the route, and it will be then hard and like uphill, boring, like not feeling so good, all those things. So absolutely critical steps. Connect, clear, and then you can create from the flow of spirit. If anyone has any questions on that, does that make sense? Does that make sense? To connect and clear before you can actually create? If you do think that makes sense, let me know. It makes sense to me. And there is one more thing before we do the meditation. There's one more thing I want to tell you about. And if you follow these steps, clear, connect, and create. And actually, it's not always linear. You might have to connect a bit more on one day and then clear a bit more on another day. So it's like they go hand in hand. If you feel fussy head, you need to clear. If you feel really clean and connected, then you will probably be happy to create stuff, right? So you have to follow this kind of feeling, how that day to day, right? Now, if you follow this, if you think, aha, I'm going to really apply these steps, you will realize that there is a greater plan in place for you than you have access to. And what I mean is the divine plan, right? I'm not going to sort of go shout on this, but I'll tell you what happened. I left my coaching program, and although I had money in there and I'd paid up front and I still haven't got a refund, I'm sort of happy. I'm hoping I get some refund. If I don't, then that's what it is. I've detached myself from that. But what I'm saying is, since I left it, guess what? All my inspiration, like it just like 300% like this, because the ceiling of someone else telling me specific marketing things is no longer there to put a lid on me, if that makes sense. I have enough knowledge to know how to market myself. I know how to do a live. I know how to do a masterclass. I know, so if you, so what I'm trying to say here, don't dismiss teachings of other people. You need to learn about how things work, how to make events, and you need to learn these things. You need to understand that email list is important and all those things, yes, but the core of you must not be held back in your creativity, because that's what happened to me, and it was hard and I felt really quite stressed, and I was still doing my clear, connect, and create and everything, but actually it was, yeah. And since I left, I signed up like another 3 clients like this within 2 weeks. So I just want you to trust yourselves. You need to trust yourselves. So there is a bigger plan in place if you allow it to happen. So at the moment, I'm allowing it to happen. And this is very interesting. I'm going to share this with you guys. I So I would like to speak to the media about this for business owners, and not just that. There's so much mental health, and obviously now is the virus, but I'm not going to do it right now because obviously everything is absorbed by the virus. But I got this list. I just bumped into this woman who is a business owner and a PR specialist. So she's not PR just sell, like PR coming from really grounded and business sort of perspective space. I just bumped into her, and I managed to get hold of, through her, an amazing list of 300 journalists that are very high up here in this country on health and business, or lifestyle and business. So and that was just by accident, but I had put it out there. I allowed my creativity to go, media is a good space, isn't it? When it's safe to do it. So let's see, watch this space. I've got this list of these 300 journalists, which I'm going to contact when this storm is over, if you like. So what I'm saying is there is a greater plan in place, and it will come into place if you allow yourself for it to come into place, which is your spiritual connection. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do a short meditation for you guys before we finish, and I'm just going to pull up the copy of it so I can read it out. And this is going to set you up really, really, really nicely for the rest of the day. So let me just go and get this copy, and I'm going to read it out to you. It's called the Unified Chakra Meditation, and it's a very, very, very nice, relaxing and connecting meditation. It's also quite clearing, so it means that you'll feel really good after this, and you can go on with your day and create, like work from inspired action. Okay, so if you just take a few deep breaths, make sure you sit comfortably in your chair. You can lay down if you want to lay down. Just ground yourself. So if you're sitting up, make sure your spine is straight and feet on the ground. Kind of imagine like there's roots actually going down from your feet into Mother Earth, so that you feel, fully connected, you're grounded, you feel good about this connection, and you feel, straight in your body, relaxed shoulders. If you lay down, you can still imagine that you're, connecting to Earth through your root chakra, which is below your spine. Okay, so are you ready? Take a few deep breaths. Breathe into your lungs. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your chest, stomach, and breathe into your pelvic area. And into your legs, into your arms, into your head. And just imagine that all your stresses are just fading away. You feel very relaxed. You feel light on every breath that you take. You're bringing more light into your cells. Okay. So breathe in light through the center of the heart, opening the heart into a beautiful ball of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the throat chakra and the solar plexus chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the brow chakra and the navel chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the crown chakra and the base chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the alpha chakra, 8 inches above the head, and the omega chakra, 8 inches below the spine, in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the waves of Metatron to move between these 2 points. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 8th chakra above the head and the upper thighs in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the emotional body to merge with the physical fields. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 9th chakra above the head and the lower thighs in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the mental body to merge with the physical fields. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 10th chakra above the head and the knees in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the spiritual body to merge with the physical fields. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 11th chakra in the higher dimensions and the upper calves in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 12th chakra in the higher dimensions and the lower calves in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the Christ Oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 13th chakra in the higher dimensions and the feet in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the I am Oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing the 14th chakra in the high dimensions and way below the feet in one unified field of light, within, through, and around the body. Allow the source's presence to merge throughout the unified field. I am a unity of light. Breathe in light through the center of the heart and ask that the highest level of the spirit radiate forth from the center of the heart, filling this unified field completely, and radiates forth throughout this day. I am a unity of spirit. Okay, so when you're ready, you can open your eyes, but take your time because you might feel a little bit altered. Just come back into your bodies. Okay, so we are finished. So thank you for joining. I'm going to drop the links that I was speaking about. And obviously, if you are interested in any of my work, you can contact me and let me know. I know this is not, basically I have, just like Talia, I have a group program that are for entrepreneurs, and I have a one-on-one program as well. That is 3 to 12 months, but usually 3 to 6 months. And I do some booster sessions as well with people. So if you're interested in any of this, let me know. Apart from that, I'm going to drop the links now, which I mentioned. And thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions in regards to anything that I've spoken to you about, feel free also to message me and I'll answer your questions. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I will see you soon. Sending you love. Bye.